So we'll take you straight to the action here in the bottom of the second inning, and still no score between Sierra Madre and Santa Cruz. Alex Nabeco with you all. It's a pleasure to be a part of your Saturday night wherever you may be. The Sierra Madre, they are the home team in this matchup, and here in the bottom of the second, we Blake, Barrier, and Varnoy as a two-strike pitch. This one will be lifted by Blake. It's a shallow right field. And that's going to drop in for a hit. Some miscommunication there from Dodgerill and Nuns. No one seemed to have communicated with that play, so it ends up being a free hit there for Jonathan Blake. Now it'll be Wyatt Barrier that's stepping up to the plate. We'll give you the full lineup for Sierra Madre as Ryan Valdivia, he hit first. Following Valdivia was Andrew Cooper, Jake Smith hitting third, Connor McKinney hit cleanup, Jonathan Blake hit fifth, Wyatt Barrier hit sixth, Jeffrey Varnoy 7, Ramel Sanchez 8th, and batting ninth is Nick Adams. Is the one-strike pitch from Anthony Skinner, who is making his second pitching appearance here in this tournament. This is a guy who lights up the strike zone. As the two-strike pitch, and gets that one by Barrier, and another one bites the dust. So that is 3 Ks here for Santa Cruz's Anthony Skinner, who has got through an inning and 2/3, or an inning and a third. And with one away, runner on first, Jeffrey Varnoy stepping up to the plate. We'll give you the starting defense here for Santa Cruz in just a second. It's the first pitch, and Varnoy late on that one, 0-1. Santa Cruz in left field is Roman Duran. At straightaway center is Hunter Danworth. Over in right field is Gus Nuns. Give you the infield right after the one-strike pitch here to Varnoy. Skinner taking a bit as that one is foul tipped. 2 strikes. So Ewan Turvey at third, Elliott Smith at short, Nathan Dodrill at second. Matt Casper at first. Behind the dish is Mike Lyons. And on the mound is the righty Anthony Skinner. What can't Anthony Skinner do? He's been behind the dish. He's been in the infield. He's been on the mound. Maybe just missing some outfield innings. There's the 2-strike pitch. And that one is going to go outside. And that'll be a passed ball, allowing Jonathan Blake to advance to second. So in the bottom of the first inning, it was a strikeout, hit by pitch, pop-up, hit by Connor McKinney to end that first inning. In the top of the first, we saw strikeout, flyout. As a 1-2 pitch, Varnoy goes after the piñata high, and another one bites the dust. That makes it 4 Ks through an inning and 2/3. And now it's Romeo Sanchez. As time is going to be called here for Mike Lyons, who is behind the dish. But in the top half of the second inning, strikeout, 1 out, walk. Dodgerill was able to advance to third, or make it as far as third. Roman Duran got on with a hit by pitch, strikeout looking by Mike Lyons, and a fielder's choice by Ewan Turvey. Mercy puts Duran away at 6 unassisted. So for those of you just joining us, haven't exactly missed a whole lot except for Skinner firing a ton of strikes, throwing a striking clinic, strikeout clinic as well right now through an inning and 2/3. There's the 1-strike pitch, and Sanchez fouling that one off, and quickly 2 strikes. We've only seen 3 hitters that were able to either get on base with a hit by pitch, a walk, or a pop-up to second. The rest down on strikes. That's the 2-strike pitch, and that one almost catches Sanchez, doing a little bit of the moonwalk to avoid that pitch, and 1-2. On deck is the 9-hitter, Nick Adams. Time's going to be called here for Skinner. Last time we saw Skinner was against Elmo Washington. Ate up a total of 3 innings as the 1-2 pitch catches the lower half of the zone for a strike 3 call, and another one bites the dust. So Anthony Skinner will strike out the side here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Goose eggs on the board. Versus Skinner, as we will have the offensive half for Santa Cruz. It'll be Gus Nuns. Nuns getting his first start here in this West Zone tournament. Having to go up against the southpaw Andrew Cooper. We'll give you the lineups here for Santa Cruz. It's the 9-hitter Gus Nuns at the plate, but the number 1 hitter Hunter Denworth. Batting second is Elliott Smith. Batting third is Anthony Skinner. The cleanup hitter is Matt Casper. Nathan Dodrill batting 5th. Batting 6th is Roman Duran. Batting 7th is Ryan Lyons. 8th is Ewan Turvey. The quick 2-strike pitch catches the outer half of the plate, and he's retired on Buenos Dias. Buenas tardes. Y buenas noches, el señor Nuns. So Andrew Cooper trying to match the 5 Ks that Anthony Skinner has, but he's currently sitting at 4 with 2 1/3 innings. We'll go back to Hunter Denworth. And that's not a strike, and the appeal over to first, no swing. Cooper, very close pitches here against Hunter Denworth, who he was able to put him away on Ks as well, put him out on strikes as well. That's the 2-0, and that's going to be a little up. Ball 3. So after this one, we experienced a thriller for Kauai versus Long Beach, a game that went to extras and was finished in the 8th. I mean, just a whole lot of action. It was first Long Beach on top by 4. Kauai able to put up 4 runs to even up the score. Then they give themselves a 3-run lead. Then out of nowhere, Long Beach was able to even up the score to enforce extras. They would go into it 10-10. But it would be a pop-up, and in there for a strike 3 call to Hunter Denworth, and another one will bite the dust. Bring Elliott Smith up. And the game ended in a pop-up shallow to right field. A trio of Long Beach Hartwell players chasing after that ball, and no one ended up making the grab. This is exactly why we emphasize communication in caps, bold, italicized, you name it, highlight it. It comes down to those pop-ups. They're in shallow left, center, or right. It's the only way you're going to be able to record those outs. If you're just going after the ball and no one calls it, that's a perfect recipe for disaster. As the count's going to go 1-2. And with that, Kauai and Long Beach playing tomorrow at 9, and this is a do-or-die game. Winner will go to the West Zone Championship. 1-2 gets that one by Smith, and another one bites the dust. It's going to be Andrew Cooper who will retire the side here in the top of the third inning. We'll have the offensive half for Sierra Madre. Both starting pitchers in a staring contest here in this one as we are in the bottom of the third, still no score. Anthony Skinner set to take the mound, and it's a called strike 0-1. Skinner, 2 innings, 5 Ks, has only allowed 1 hit. He's had base runners in the first 2 innings. As far as Cooper is concerned, only base runners came in the second. He was able to rebound with a flawless third inning. Only flaw in his outing is that he's already sitting at 50 pitches through 3 innings. So the 2-strike pitch, the curva, the curve bending in there for a strike 3 call with a salsa spin. And another one bites the dust on Buenos Dias. Buenas tardes y buenas noches, el señor Adams. So 1 away and 6 strikeouts for Anthony Skinner as we go back to the top with Ryan Valdivia. Pitch number 35 at the moment here for Skinner. He's pretty much cruising through this lineup, and the count's going to go 2 strikes here to Valdivia, who took a look at strike 3 go on by. Skinner on the 2-strike pitch. Breaking ball, inner half. He also goes down on some Buenos Dias, buenas tardes y buenas noches. Absolutely insane. 2 pitchers throwing pitching clinics. 2 away, Andrew Cooper, pitcher v. pitcher. And that curve, I mean, just the amount that it moves, some merengue spins while it's on its way, crossing the plate. It's 1 strike. Absolutely insane. And right now, Sierra Madre, they have not been able to find a way to crack any of these pitches. Really going to come down to, if you want to win the championship game, it'll be the team with the better pitching staff. 1-1. Good spot for Skinner, able to locate that one. Outer edge, 1-2. Now he has him exactly where he wants him. Pitchers count as 1-2. And Cooper's going to lift this one up into the night sky. And it'll be Elliott. And good job on the communication. So 1-2-3 inning as Anthony Skinner has retired the last 6 at the end of 3. No score. Top of the 4th inning we go, and again, pitcher v. pitcher with Skinner leading things off against Cooper. And who will get the better in this matchup? Well, Skinner in his previous at-bat flew out to left. But in Cooper's AB, well, he at least put the ball in play as well, skying one to short. 2-0 the count here, and at this point you're just waiting, well, who will blink in this staring contest? You look at one pitcher, then you look at the other, and just trying to say, hey, who is going to give in to the pressure? 3-0 to Skinner. Sierra Madre just need a win to make it to the championship game tomorrow on a 4-pitch walk there to Skinner. And now should Santa Cruz win the game, they will enforce another game tomorrow into the semifinals. So instead of 2 games tomorrow, we would be looking at 3. And should that happen, we would be looking at start pitch times at 9, 12, and 3. Now a runner aboard here for Matt Casper. Made some loud contact in his first at-bat. When I mean loud contact, I'm talking about he completely annihilated the ball, but just went foul. Saying a toss over to first. Skinner, a definite runner, labeled as maybe a wild stallion, always a guy trying to stretch singles into doubles or even just try to take the extra bag whenever possible. As that pitch is going to miss upstairs, 1-1. Coming hence, Coach Brad Smith. In yesterday's game against Long Beach, a lot of the fan base, Brad Smith putting emphasis of no, stay there, stay there. I'm talking about whatever base he's at, to just stay there. No need to look for another bag. And you could just tell Cooper with the amount of tosses over there at first, very aware of how well Anthony Skinner runs the bases. 2-1. And this will be a fly ball over to right field, having to come in and get it. And that will drop. Skinner trying to go from first to third, get the ball in. That's the best advice first off, as Cooper is going to cut that one off. As Nick Adams took a little while, more than a long time, to get that in the infield. Skinner was already on third, looking to see if he can cash in.
Hey, let's go, Nathan!
So a pair of Sierra Madre defensive players in Varnoy and Adams going after that. And we've already seen trouble with fly balls, pop-ups in the middle of the infield and outfield for both of these teams. So the first run of the game just 90 feet away, and with that hit by Casper, that is the first hit allowed here by Cooper. So the no-no comes to a close in 3 innings. 1-1 upstairs to Dodrill, 2-1. And no better feeling than night baseball and a beautiful summer night. Nice conditions, 81 degrees, certainly feels cooler than that. The count's gonna go 2-2. Dodger, a rather good slap hitter. Lefty hitter, good at being able to place the ball perfectly. Doesn't have a whole lot of power, but what he is able to do is he is able to get on base, whether that's with a walk or maybe just putting the ball in play somewhere. Does just that. Grounder to second. Not a whole lot of time. And pitcher. And no one there to cover the bag at first. And that is Skinner, who comes in to score, makes it into a 1-0 Santa Cruz lead. So Nathan Dodrill able to get the infield single. Also able to get an RBI to cash in Anthony Skinner, and it will be Roman Duran. Now Cooper having a pitch from behind as the 1-strike pitch and missing low and inside. It's been a rather heavy right-handed hitting lineup here for Santa Cruz. As the 1-1, it's a low miss, 2 balls and a strike. 2-1. And Duran fanning through that 2-1, and the count's going to go 2-2. So still nobody gone here in the fourth. And it ends up being a Cooper who blinks first, allowing the first run of the game. As a 2-2, and Duran's going to foul that one down the line. A foul.
Let's go, Roman!
Let's go, Roman! Let's go, Roman!
So Skinner with the leadoff walk. Matt Casper on a bloop single to right, which allowed Skinner to go to first to third on the play, and an RBI single by Nathan Dodrill. Ball stayed in the infield.
Let's go! You got it, 2-2.
Just a ball that was mishandled by the Sierra Madre defense, needing help from Cooper to cover the bag over there at first. As the 2-2, pitch missing inside, ball a 3. It's been the defense here for Sierra Madre misplaying some of these balls. I mean, Matt Casper should have been an out. Dodrill should have been maybe a 3-1 put out there at the been maybe a 3-1 put out there at the bag as the payoff pitch missing upstairs. Instead, it is the bases juice with nobody gone for Mike Lyons.
Let's go, Mikey! Just a base hit, Mikey!
So now here's a huge opportunity for Santa Cruz to enhance this lead as head coach Spencer Vodnoy is going out to the mound. And my biggest guess, and a pretty accurate guess, is they will not change pitchers. They're going to allow Andrew Cooper to ride this one out. So Mike Lyons will be swinging the bat. They'll be looking for outs one way or another. But how desperate are you for outs? I mean, of course, you're very desperate for outs, but are you going to the point where you're going to have infield playing in and maybe looking for the outs there at the dish? And it looks like double play depth for middle infield, corner infield will be playing in the grass. Of course, toss to home, then to first, as it'll be slash play, and Lions will take that one all the way, called strike. Showing bunt and pulling back. All he needs is just to swing away as the 1-strike pitch, and it's a little low, 1-1.
Let's go, 5!
Here's the 1-1, and gets that one by Lions, overpowering one through 1-2. So some serious guesso here, some serious cheddar coming from Andrew Cooper, who said lefties can't have velo. As a 1-2 pitch, did Lions go around? They said yes. And another one will bite the dust on the check swing. Talk about a huge out for Andrew Cooper. Now it's just a matter of getting the ground ball and see where they can turn to. So it's the 8-hitter, Ewan Turvey. And Turvey going to sky one a long way, but it will be playable in left field and going foul. Almost thought that was going to be in fair territory, but Wyatt Barrier misreading that one. He was headed towards the wall, but that ball was well into foul territory. Well, better to misread a fly ball in foul territory than to misread a fly ball in fair territory. Here's the 1-strike pitch. Chopper gonna go foul. And you're sighing right about now if you're Sierra Madre. It's more of a sigh of relief.
Let's go, UN. Let's go. You got it too.
Cooper on the line. Here's the two-strike pitch. Line drive over to left field. And Casper's going to have to go back. He was not tagging on the play. So that's huge. Casper misreading that line drive. It looked good off the bat. Just floated straight to Wyatt Barrier's glove. And just 1 out away from getting out of this disaster. So Gus Nuns gets a chance to start this game, and now he has a chance to help his club out big. Now the defense can play at their normal depth. 2 inside, ball 1. It's been a really busy Wyatt Barrier out there in left field. He's had a couple of balls hit his way, and that's a called strike. Good spot here for Cooper. Just because it's a 9-slot hitter does not mean you take Nuns lightly. As the 1-1 count, that's a low miss. Jonathan Blake able to keep that one in front of him. Good spot again, inner half of the plate, 2-2. Cooper, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here at the top of the 4th, every base occupied by Santa Cruz. Goes after one low. It's a scoreless 4th inning. Andrew Cooper is able to get himself out of a jam. Well, Santa Cruz able to take advantage on a run on 2 hits and leaving the bases loaded. Andrew Cooper, despite allowing the first run of the game, well, he gets some help defensively and also pitches himself out of a bases-loaded jam. As Jake Smith, along with Connor McKinney and Jonathan Blake, will be coming up in that order. Smith unable to keep up with Skinner's fastball, and the count's going to go 1-1. As the 1-1 pitch, again, Smith falling behind in the count, 1-2. Need Jake Smith very much so now and down the stretch of this game. Gonna have to go with that 2-strike approach. Bounced, 2-2. Well, it hasn't been a whole lot of traffic on the bases here for Sierra Madre. I mean, with the masterpiece that Skinner has come up with. Chest high pitch, another one bites the dust. 8 Ks through 3 1/3 innings. And Skinner has just about struck out every Sierra Madre hitter, of course, with an exception of a few. McKinney is actually one that he has not K'd out. Top 3 have all gotten a K. McKinney has not, and Jonathan Blake has not. And Blake is the on-deck hitter who is responsible for the lone base hit against Skinner. And the 2-0, leaving that one up, ball 3. McKinney was retired on a pop out to second. Good spots in the inner half of the plate, 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Takes ball 4 and able to take first on a 1-out walk. So McKinney's able to get on with a 1-out walk, and here is Jonathan Blake. And you got to find a way to cash in this run, chasing 1. It could get tougher down the stretch as this game goes on. Toss over to first. Skinner's 1-0. It's a low miss. 2 balls and no strikes here to Jonathan Blake. Had an 0-2 single in his previous AB. Now he's got a 2-0 head start of accounts. Chest tie was a good looking pitch there for Blake. But you know that he's sitting there looking for something that he can drive as opposed to trying to swing at something that he knows he'll maybe just roll over or sky. There's a 2-1 pitch, and that one is off of the plate. 3-1. Skinner on the 3-1, and that's there at the knees. And Blake doing a whole lot of taking. Got to pounce on one here with a full count. Payoff pitch. There goes McKinney, and it's ball 4 regardless. So Jonathan Blake, a very patient at-bats, didn't exactly go swinging on any of the pitches. Decided to put that pressure on Anthony Skinner to throw strikes. So runners on first and second. McKinney, the tying run. Blake, the go-ahead run. And Wyatt Barrier having the chance to be on the driver's seat. First pitch to Barrier. Outer half of the plate. Strike 1. Now Skinner got himself into this jam. Now he has to get himself out of the jam. A 1. Just a little low. Lions a very steady frame behind the plate. Was hoping to get that call. Some of those lower half of the plate pitches have been getting called as the 1-1 and Barrier fighting that one off, and counts to go 1-2. Skinner's 1-2, breaking ball again outside. You almost see a night and day difference in this approach for Sierra Madre. Almost like Coach Varnoy told them, I want you guys to take more pitches and I want to see how deep you can get into these at-bats and tire out Skinner. As that pitch is on the outer half of the plate, strike 3 call, and another one bites the dust. freezing a whole lot of batters. He has a total of 9 Ks through 3 2/3, and Jeffrey Bodnoy is at the plate. Okay, now one by Bodnoy, and they have yet to really touch that hot Gessel, the cheddar that is coming their way. 1 strike. Breaking ball, that is very well below the zone. Well, Bodnoy went down on strikes. He was the 4th K victim. Bodnoy again late on that pitch. Gonna have to choke up, shorten that leg kick, squat a little there in the box, and eliminates the leg kick. Maybe a short little stride forward. And he does. 1-2 pitch, and he is frozen there at the plate. And that is K number 10 and Q, the bass guitar. And another one bites the dust. So no hits here in this one. 2 runners left on base. 4 innings through. It is a 1-0 Santa Cruz lead. So Anthony McNasty Skinner with 10 Ks through 4 innings of work. And for all of Andrew Cooper's hard work, they'll leave it up to Wyatt Barrier, who is on the mound now. And it's up to him to keep this game exactly how it is. And we'll see Denworth, Smith, and Skinner. That'll be a little bloop and straight to the glove of Arnoy. Able to induce that sweet contact to put away the leadoff batter, Elliott Smith. True definition of a pitcher's duel. We have seen a total of 18 punch-outs, combination of Cooper and Skinner. So Cooper ended up finishing up with a total of 82 pitches, 82 through 4. There's the 1-0. And gets that one by Smith, and the count's going to go 1-1. Well, Santa Cruz having to use their pitcher in Skinner to give them a chance to play tomorrow. And so far, Skinner has been that guy as Smith going fishing. And the count's going to go 1-2. Skinner has given them that chance to stay as long as they possibly can in the semifinals, as he is on deck. As the 1-2 pitch, and Smith just able to get a piece of it to hit it out. So tonight is just the game for Santa Cruz to survive and play tomorrow. Tomorrow has to be all hands on deck if Santa Cruz wants to go to the championship game. That would be very impressive to see them come from the loser's bracket to the winning bracket as the 1-2 pitch. That is chest high. And cue the bass guitar as another one bites the dust. So 9 strikeouts here for Sierra Madre, and with 2 away, Anthony Skinner. Can he help out his own cause? I mean, that one run almost seems like 5 in a game like this. Getting that one right down the torta, as they call strike one. And right about now, with Skinner's performance, with those 4 shutout innings, he is definitely getting the invites to the carne asada. Going from a lefty pitcher to a righty, Wyatt Barrier, excuse me, as that will be a called strike 2 on the count for Skinner. Barrier with a bit of that pause on the windup, try to break that timing mechanism. I mean, you would almost want to see maybe a Johnny Cueto, not exactly a shimmy, but a longer pause, shorter pause, try to throw off the timing of Skinner. As a 2-strike pitch, getting that one by, and you already know the lyrics. Another one will bite the dust. So 1-2-3 inning here for Santa Cruz, but they hang on to this 1-0 lead. It's bottom of the 5th inning we go. Remains to be a 1-0 lead here for Santa Cruz, and it will be 8, 9, and 1. And it stays to be Anthony Skinner on the mound. One and one the count here. As Miles Burke is in the batter's box here for Romeo Sanchez. First taste for Burke, and see, all right, we're going to let you take a swing. And all we can really say is vaya con Dios. Good luck with how Skinner has been pitching here in this game, 1-2. And that has been the common count he has been at all night long. And here's a ground ball, diving grab in and out of the glove of Ewan Turvey. And it'll be Burke that'll beat it out for an infield single. So that is the tying run that is on base, and it's another change here for Sierra Madre. So Lucas Villalobos is going to be in the box. I'm loving the chant here, Panda Power. And honestly, really like that nickname for him as well. And as we mentioned, that Patrick Sandoval, how they used to call him Panda, but they called him the Kung Fu Panda, a little woo, 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 woo. Hoping to be able to do the exact same thing at this moment. And he goes after the piñata high, and the count is going to be 1-1. That's enough intel for Skinner. Knows exactly where to throw at here to Villalobos. As the 1-1. And that'll be miss upstairs, 2-1. Trying to be a little karateka, a bit of that Karate Kid, Kung Fu Panda action there in the right-handed box, 2-1. 2-1 in the outside corner. So Skinner sitting with 8 strikeout looking, and 2 have been swinging. As a 2-2 pitch, and that one's low, pass ball. That will allow Burke to advance to second. And now the tying run in scoring position, full count. Indians couldn't hang on to that one. They just ended up going through the wickets. Here's the payoff, a little low, ball 4 for Lucas Villalobos, a.k.a. the Panda. So Skinner, believe it or not, that is only his 3rd walk permitted in this game. That is only his 6th base runner that he has allowed. So it appears that there will be a courtesy runner here for Villalobos. Does his job of getting on base. Doesn't matter how many boards he karate chopped it off for being the Kung Fu Panda. So now Nick Adams is going to be pinch running here. So now Brad Smith trying to restore order with the infield defense. Hey, we've got nobody gone. We've got runners on first and second. The ground ball goes to third. Hey, I want you to step on the bag and toss over to first. We are in need of outs. We did not allow Skinner to strike out 10 for nothing. So back to the top with Ryan Valdivia. A 3rd time through. And Valdivia biting the off speed. That one just dying as it crossed the plate, 0-1. And those are usually the best ones when it's just hitting the barrel of the bats. And that's why he gets the nickname of McNasty. This is floated over to shallow right center field for a hit. They're going to put the stop sign on Burke. And they'd rather have it bases juice with nobody gone and give a chance to Andrew Cooper to help himself out. Perfectly placed duck fart for Valdivia. And the bases juice la casa llena here for Andrew Cooper. And that's the biggest con of having the same pitcher on the mound. When you go through the lineup a 3rd time, hitters will start to make adjustments and be familiar with your tendencies and what you're going to throw, what your repertoire is, what your best location is, what your best pitch is. As Cooper aggressive, fouling that first pitch off, 0-1. So now the best part of the lineup here for Sierra Madre is coming up. And Valdivia's already been able to get his job done and getting on base as the #1 hitter. Did not get an RBI, allowing Burke to be cashed in by a base hit by maybe Cooper or Smith. And now 2 strikes on the count of Cooper. So we saw Cooper pitch himself out of a bases loaded situation, and now we'll see Skinner. Does he have the McNasty title to get himself out of it? And he lives up to the McNasty name on 3 pitches. Buenos dias, buenas tardes, y buenas noches, el señor Cooper. So 11 Ks, 4 1/3. Absolutely insane. He is seeing red right now. It's up to Jake Smith. Excuse me, swing. Caught there by Casper. Checking all runners. And that will help out tremendously. So Connor McKinney now stepping up to the plate. Can he get the job done? He's going to keep that one low and inside, 1-0. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a hit. I mean, a walk can do the job. It's going to have to be a very disciplined plate appearance here for McKinney. And, well, he's at least swinging at a strike, so the count's going to go 1-1. And there sure have been a whole lot of strikes that Skinner has thrown. A lot of freezing off speed pitches. As a 1-1, did he go around? And they said yes. One, two. Gets that one by him. Anthony McNasty Skinner. He pitches himself out of this bases loaded jam, and another one will bite the dust. So 12 Ks through 5 innings of work, and nothing to show for it there for Sierra Madre at the end of 5. One to nothing lead here in favor of Santa Cruz, as they will have their arroz and frijoles of the lineup, the rice and beans of the lineup in Casper, Dodrill, and Duran. Going up against Wyatt Barrier. So with Cooper being done on the mound, he ends up going to left field. And now Coop. Casper that's going to foul that one off, and the count's going to go 1-1. And if you really think about it in the semis, it's really hard to, I mean, just in general in this tournament, really hard to be able to win 3 straight games and to be able to head to the championship game and then expect to win it there. And we saw Long Beach. Definitely seeing them, hey, they're a team full of humans. And they are human. They lost against Kauai today, 11-10 in extras. Jab shot foul for Casper. And so that is why we're going to be playing a 9 a.m. game tomorrow. A winner of that one will punch their ticket to the championship game. And we're seeing Sierra Madre, yes, they are down by just a run, but that's just a run has been tough to score by when you've got a guy like Anthony McNasty Skinner on the mound.
Let's go, Matt.
12 strikeouts. 8 looking, now 4 swinging. Barriers pay off, catches the outer half of the plate, strike 3 call, and cue the bass guitar. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo. So that's Anthony Skinner, who has 12 Ks himself, but 11 Ks here for Sierra Madre, 2 of which, or 3 have been for Wyatt Barrier. And that's a line drive. A little late on it, 0-1. 23 batters now down on strikes. The true definition of a pitcher's duel, pitcher's joust, and catches the inner half of the plate. Some nice movement on that off speed. It's a little merengue spin to its 2 strikes. So now with those 2 strikes, just got to make sure this one doesn't catch really a lot of the strike zone.
Swing the bat.
2-strike pitch. Dodrill goes after one. Got it tossed over to first and able to record the K. And you know the drill. If you've got that bass guitar, you can start playing it. Now Sierra Madre have now just matched with 12 Ks of their own. This one 2-3. Jonathan Blake able to get to that one, even though that one ricocheted off the backstop. Still was on time on the throwdown to first. So with 2 away, here is Roman Duran. And there's a called strike there to Duran, 0-1. Duran's been that one guy that has gotten on base both times. And he did go around, and it's a called strike regardless. And always in that, it's all in the head as far as when it comes to those check swings, all in your head of committing, last minute, you put that brakes on, and sometimes you just kick yourself because it was a strike, just like Duran right now would have preferred to go with a full swing. As the 2-strike pitch goes after one on Buenos Dias, Buenas tardes, y buenas noches, el señor Duran. So it'll be Wyatt Barrier that'll strike out the side here in the top of the 6th inning, as we'll go to the bottom of the 6th with Santa Cruz on top. So coming down to the last 6 outs here for Sierra Madre. It'll be Blake, Barrier, and Varnoy. As Blake, he has been late on these pitches. But, man, he has not been down on strikes just yet, though. It's been him and McKinney. Well, actually, McKinney went down on strikes in his previous AB, and there's a fly ball, shallow left field, and the Lundgren grab. He's got it! A Superman style of a grab head first dive by Jonathan Blake, or retiring Jonathan Blake. And that is a play backing up Anthony Skinner full-heartedly. That one was hot contact there by Jonathan Blake. And now with 1 away, it is Wyatt Barrier. A bit of a half swing there by Barrier, 0-1. As a 1-strike pitch and gets some back-to-back strikes. Very quick on the 2-strike pitch. Gonna leave that one low. We've already seen a couple of 3-pitch ABs. Not just trying to contribute to some more here for Wyatt Barrier. He's already been down on strikes twice. We're going with off speed again. Quick on the 2-2, and Barrier just able to fight that one off at the fists. 2-2. And another thing that makes Skinner so great is the tempo that he pitches at. It's actually at a pretty quick pace, not even allowing the batter to really get comfortable there in the box.
Let's go, Skinner!
A lot of pitchers will actually take their time to throw pitches, but Skinner, as soon as he gets his sign, he comes set at the knees, looking. Number 13 for Anthony McNasty Skinner, and absolutely well-deserving of the title. 13 through 5 2/3. And he has reached his pitch count maximum. And an absolute standing ovation is due here for Anthony Skinner. So going through 5 2/3, only allowing 3 hits in this game. Walked 1. one batter, and that was Jonathan Blake back in the 4th inning. And so Santa Cruz fighting, doing everything that they can to try to hang on to this 1-0 lead. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. So Javier Brazarecki is going after a pinch hitter here for Sierra Madre. And Brazarecki, no pressure, now having to go up and maintain this game exactly the way that it is, going up against Josh Fernandez, who is hitting here for Varnoy. So lefty versus righty, as Brazarecki on the 2-strike pitch, climbing the ladder high, 1-2. So the official stat lines here for Anthony McNasty Skinner: 5 2/3, 13 Ks, 3 walks, 3 hits, and shutout innings. 2-2. So Sierra Madre, they have been digging to their dugouts and looking for ways to get base runners. And so far, these pinch hitters are successful in getting on base. Catching the inner half of the plate. Strike 3 call. Cue the bass guitar. For a strike 3 call. 14 Ks for Santa Cruz. Pitcher's duel still here in the top of the 7th inning. Santa Cruz hanging on to that 1-run lead as Mike Lyons is at the plate, and he's quickly got 2 strikes and trying to bunt on a pitch that is not even close to being on the zone, and the count is going to be 2 strikes. Well, that is Jake Smith that is on the mound. A little upstairs, 1-2. So a couple of changes here as Barrier is at first. We have Villalobos over at third. Did he go around? Regardless, a strike 3 call, and another one will bite the dust. So 14 Ks as a collective here for Sierra Madre. So 14 for Sierra Madre, 14 for Santa Cruz. So 28 batters. A whole lot of Ks here in this one, and if you love pitchers' duels, I mean, we have a good old-fashioned pitchers' duel upon us. Smith on the wine. And there's a little blooper, but a little easy grab on the run for Barrier, who is trying to make that grab on the run. 2 away. Javier Brazarecki. Brazarecki gonna hack away at that first offering, 0-1. So Sierra Madre in the bottom of the 7th, they will have 8, 9, and 1 due up in the lineup. Very quickly with 2 strikes. They'll be looking for 2 runs. 2-strike pitch, and Brazarecki retired. Buenos días, buenas tardes, y buenas noches. Hasta luego, Brazarecki. So fasten your seatbelts here, folks. We've got hitters 8, 9, 1 as Sierra Madre chasing 1 to keep this game going, chasing 2 to win it and go to the championship game. So bottom of the 7th inning we go. Last hopes are for Sierra Madre to punch their ticket officially to the championship game or to play at 12 p.m. in the semifinals, game 2. That is Burke that will remain in the game and go against Brazereke, strike 1. Bouncer too short. Got to put this one away. Skinner, arm is still looking lively as ever. 1 away.
Let's go, defense!
And this inning will determine whether we'll play 3 games tomorrow or we will play 2. And remember, we still have Kauai against Long Beach tomorrow. That game is at 9 a.m. And this will be a pop-up cut by nobody else but Skinner. And it comes down to the final out of the game and Ryan Valdivia. Just some poor execution there for Villalobos. Excuse me, that was Nick Adams who popped this one up. And Skinner able to make that play. Very easy, very routine. And now Valdivia, can he extend this game? Call strike 0-1. Oh, 1. Upstairs miss. It definitely has to be one of the most intense games. I know we saw a big one, an intense one in the previous game, but this one was a true pitcher's duel. And if you love seeing the strikeout numbers, well, we definitely saw a whole lot of them. 28 Ks to be exact here in this game. 14 for both clubs. Down to the last strike. Brazereke on the line. Swing and a miss. And it is Santa Cruz who will enforce a game 2 in the semifinals tomorrow. And we will play 3. So Sierra Madre down to their last life. And now Long Beach down to their last life. And now both games tomorrow will be do or die in both of those games. The 9 and the 12 o'clock games, winner will play against each other as we have gone down to the last day tomorrow for the championship game. So still semifinals action here from Walmorado Park in West Covina, California. And this was the Anthony McNasty Skinner show, who came up big in this game, carried the team with 5 2/3 innings, 13 Ks, 3 walks, 3 hits, and no earned runs here in this game, shutting out Sierra Madre. On behalf of our production crew today, Mike McGeary as our producer, Alex Naveca with you all. It was a pleasure to be a part of your Saturday morning, afternoon, and night. And thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of your Thursday, your Friday, and your Saturday, and giving you guys coverage of the 2024 14U West Zone Tournament. Again, we will be back in action tomorrow at 9 a.m. Kauai versus Long Beach, 9 a.m. tomorrow. So we'll have games at 9, 12, and at 3. You do not want to miss the baseball that is coming tomorrow. Final sign-off here from Walmorado Park, West Covina, California. Alex Naveca saying buenas noches from West Covina.